We've talked a lot about Instagram in this course, and with this chat, we just want to talk about how you can specifically get more followers. And this could probably be used, this advice could be used on other platforms as well, but we're going to use Instagram as our example. So just putting out photos isn't going to be enough. What tactics have you guys used successfully to get people to actually follow you on Instagram?
My biggest and most successful tactic has been hashtagging. I just throw a bunch of hashtags on every photo that I do. And then not only do I do that, but I find ones that are popular. I think Sam talks about this in this lesson, but finding ones that are popular that people go to. Because I'm on set and I'm shooting a lot, I tend to do actor's life, and that's a really popular one. Even though I have nothing to do with acting, it still drives people to my photos, and then they start to look and get into deeper. But not only hashtagging and finding the popular ones, is clicking on those hashtags and then going and commenting on other people's photos. This is such a sniping thing to do, but I look for photos that have very little comments or very little likes, because I know that person will be like, oh, who's liking and who's following me, or interesting, and then they'll end up, coming and checking my stuff out. And often I find some really cool pages doing that at the same time. And I treat Instagram kind of like Pinterest, in that there's like a lot of inspiration out there, and people want to be inspired by your stuff as well.
Yeah.
So if you can find that interaction, it'll, I think, lead to more followers, and it's been successful for me. I only have like 1,700 followers, which is like more than maybe the average beginner photographer. But I think the more you do that and the more you post photos in a specific world, the better it'll go.
Yeah. Great. Sam, any other ideas?
Yeah, I mean, I do think about, posting your work, hashtagging, geotagging, tagging the people involved, your camera manufacturer, a lot of things I talked about in the lesson, but engaging that community and going out and liking random people's photos if you actually like it, and if it's the type of photography you're interested in, following those people. A lot of people want it to be where they don't follow more people than are following them, type of thing, just because it's the numbers game. And you don't have to follow them, but going and liking their photos, they'll see like, oh, who's this person liking my stuff, and it'll lead them back to your page. So you can't just be posting. You also have to be engaging people on Instagram.
What about collaborating with people who might have a bigger following? I know you've had experience with that. Can you kind of talk about that idea of using someone else's audience to grow your own audience?
Yeah, I mean, I toured with the band Major Lazer and Diplo, so obviously they both have huge followings. I was actually with Major Lazer when they had 400,000 followers, and by now I think they're close to 3 million. So I was alongside that ride.
Due to this guy.
I was alongside that ride of them growing.
A lot of that content was
I was part of all that. I was also traveling with really talented photographers who every now and then I'd get in their way, so they'd have to take a photo of me, and that really helped too, to get some cool shots of myself. Now, typically I don't post myself on social media, but typically people want to see photos of yourself. I mean, that really did help grow my following a lot more, of not just my work, but here's me.
Yeah.
That made a big difference. And then also, of course, through Insta Story, the fact that I was showing people like behind the scenes, or I'm with these people, and people want to see famous people. Not everyone's going to be in those same situations. But
I think that's a great piece of advice, though, is just this idea of sharing your life, sharing yourself. And like you said, not everyone will want to do that, but that's one of the main reasons people will follow you. They love seeing pretty photos and stuff, but a lot of them might be photographers, and they're going to be interested more in, seeing you, seeing, the behind the scenes. That's why Video School Online has grown so well, because it's not just about teaching you photography skills, but on the YouTube channel, on the Facebook page, I share behind the scenes looks at, what we're doing, and people love that kind of thing.
Well, it's because they appreciate how you talk, or what you talk about, or what you're into, and it is supposed to be personal on a certain level. It's also, I would say, I think a lot of our things, we tell people go out and take photos, and a great thing of photography is, going out there, going around with other photographers. I mean, I've gotten some of my best shots because I was working with other people, and they saw me in my element, and they snapped a quick shot of me. And it's just a nice way to, and then also doing the same for them, getting shots of them. So I think it's a fun way, and I've seen a lot of photographers grow like that, where they get 5 of them and they go around a city doing street photography, and they all get these amazing portraits of themselves, and then they tag their friend who took the photo.
Yeah.
And it's like,
like
it's
this
this web is
interconnected.
grown. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Well, a few good ideas for growing your Instagram following that you can use for other platforms as well. Let us know if you have any ideas too that have worked well for you. Post it to the class. I'm sure that other students would really enjoy hearing your experience too.